The reason why I originally moved to Sherville is because one reason was that I wanted the better schools for my son. Just when you start thinking about getting into the global world, you say, hey, they got computers, they got the best of this, the best of that. It's a more competitive environment educationally. So you just start thinking kind of like out the box, like what can I do as a parent to help my children to be more successful. When I got into the administrative world, I started making more money. I just wanted more for my kids. I kind of felt like I wanted more for my kids, whatever. So I sent them to school in Sherville, but eventually, my son went there freshman sophomore year. He wasn't doing well, wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. So I eventually brought him back to Gary. He graduated from Westside High School, but as a parent, sometimes you just overthink things and you think you're trying to do the right thing for your kids. So, we moved out there. I made a sacrifice, took him out there. I bought this huge house for no reason. It's just me and him. And, I just thought I was doing what I was supposed to do, as a parent, kind of like I wanted more. But eventually, I come to realize that, that really wasn't the case, that he got just as much nourishment at Westside than he got at Lake Central. Although I don't necessarily literally live in Gary, I mean, I'm here all the time. I work here. I'm a coach here. I mean, I get home at 8, 9 o'clock every night. 10 hours of my day is spent in Gary. So I definitely feel blessed that I'm from Gary, but I'm also really excited when I go other places and I see other amazing things. One of the greatest analogies I ever came across when I was in college is that I went to a gas station when me and my father drove from Gary, Indiana to Illinois State University, and we stopped, get gas, whatever. And when I went into the gas station, and that glass wasn't there, that like plexiglass, that protective glass, and I've never been like a thief or anything, but I was like, man, I could steal that bubble gum. You know what I mean? It was like it was there. It was like it was out in the public, and I was like, man, this is different. So that was kind of like my first experience of going to college. Was my first experience of saying, the whole world is not really guarded like that. The whole world is not really, under the auspices of, protect yourself. And living in Sherville, we go days and days and days upon days, without locking our door or whatever. Or my son will leave, the back patio open and stuff like that. So those are just things, experiences that, we didn't do coming up in Gary.